Perfect. Awesome. Welcome everyone to our February Rockstars Maker Class. So excited. As always, we've got some great recipes to share with you, tips and tricks along the way. Stay tuned until the end because we've got some exciting specials to share with you, some great offers, and some great giveaways.
Oh, yes.
You have to be present to win, so make sure you stay on to the end so that you can win what we have to give away. Super excited. So, for those of you who have not met before, I'm Teresa. And I'm not cooking for you tonight, which I actually kind of like because I get to be the sous chef, which I like. So for a change, it's kind of fun. So I would be this lady's sous chef anytime. So anyway, so we've got some great presenters, some great recipes. We're sticking with our theme of trying to be healthy in the new year because there's a lot of you out there that want some healthy recipes, but healthy can still taste good, you guys. We've got some new recipes to share with you tonight. So. I'm gonna stop talking and let Dana take it over. We do have some background noise.
What is this? This?
So we're gonna try to figure out who is talking and get that person muted. But I'm gonna pass it off to my friend Dana.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, well, welcome to Teresa's kitchen in Camas, Washington, and it's so fun to be here. We have some in-person folks joining us. It's going to be able to enjoy all this yummy food, and we wish we could pass plates to all of you, and we thank all of you for coming. So I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to hit it out of the park with your main dish and a side, and then I'm going to kick it off to my friend Lauren in Texas, and then my friend Tina who's here. So we're going to start out with perfect brown rice in the oven. So if you don't have the recipes yet, never fear. The consultant who invited you will get those recipes to you right afterwards, and these are awesome. So this is a recipe I have been doing since BBC, which is before Bon Cook. It is originally a Cook's Illustrated recipe. So if you're familiar with that group, they test, and they test again, and it's perfect every time. So if you're wondering how to do a beautiful brown rice in your FlexiPan, I'm going to show you right now. So what I'm using today is our medium round mold. This is to do a single batch. If you want to do a double batch, which I highly recommend, you're going to use your large round mold. Now you're going to cover it with your octagonal bond mat. So if you're new to us, what sets us apart from other flexible bakeware on the market is our woven glass core, and you can see that best through our bond mat. That woven glass core is what conducts the heat and cooks your food, making it all, and then dipped in food grade silicone, making it all non-stick with easy cleanup. You always are on your perforated baking sheet. That perforated baking sheet allows for the even browning and air circulation. So that's your little Bon Cook 101 if you're new to us. So here I am in my medium round mold. I already went over to the sink, rinsed it out, and of course, pinched that edge to drain. How awesome is that? And then to this, I'm going to add some boiling water and my seasonings. So sous chef, may I have the water, please?
Yes, you're right.
So this is 1.5 cups of long grain brown rice. You can use a short grain if you prefer. To this, we're going to add 2 1/3 cups of boiling water. You can absolutely boil your water in the microwave in your Bon Cook mini round mold. We're going to show you that later. But 2 1/3 cups of water. We're going to add to that some of our roasted garlic oil. Now, if you're not new to Bon Cook, you know that this has been out of stock recently. It's back as of today. So I said, we're using the garlic oil tonight. You could use the French extra virgin olive oil. You could use the Tuscan herb, whatever your little heart desires. But we are going to use a tablespoon of oil drizzled right in. We're also going to use our French pantry herb blends. Now, if you're new to Bon Cook, they're more like a loose tea than they are those, ground up and processed spices that you find in the regular US grocery stores. All made in France. Oh my gosh, you can see those huge pieces of garlic there. So I'm just going to use a tablespoon of that right on in. And then I'm going to use a little bit of our celery salt, which I've already ground, and I'm going to measure from a little pinch bowl that I have, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt right in. Then I'm going to use my awesome mini spatula, comes in a set of 2. Stir that all together. You just want to make sure that all those herbs are mixed in and that salt is dissolved. That's it. Now, this takes an hour to bake. However, like I said, this is going to be something that you put on Sunday, when you're doing your meal prep, when you're doing your batch prepping, do a double batch of this rice in your large round. It takes an hour, but you just fix it and forget it. So I'm going to give my sous chef the uncooked version, and she's gonna bring back the cooked version, just like that, the magic of TV. And then, if you know me, you know I love to clear my deck in between recipes. So we've cleared our deck. Now check out this rice. Now I always say, whenever you take something out of the microwave, which our products can be used in a microwave also, Traeger, Instapot, Crock Pot, all the things, but you always want to open it away from your face so you don't get the brown rice facial. And look at this perfectly cooked brown rice every time. It used to be like back in the day, you'd cook brown rice and it was never done. It had that bite to it. But check this out, it's fluffy. You've got those gorgeous herbs in there. And oh my gosh, I wish I could pass this through. But this can be any herb blend you like that we have. It could be any olive oil or flavored oil. And that is just gonna be something that you keep in your hip pocket forever. And I hope you will. Okay, so that's your rice, one and done. Now we're gonna switch to salmon. And this is really interesting. I have a lot of requests from my VIP group. Oh my gosh, I'm afraid to make salmon. It's gonna smell at my house. It's messy. It doesn't taste good. This, oh my gosh. First of all, I'm gonna promise you that you can use this 13x9x2 rectangular flexi pack for the salmon tonight, and look how beautifully half a salmon just fits right in there. You can bake a cake in this tomorrow, and I promise you it will not taste like salmon. It's an inert product, nothing leaches in or out, and oh my gosh, sweet, savory, everything in between. So you see that I had used my bond mat as a lid, right? You can absolutely use our bond mats as lids, or it's also on our perforated baking sheet as that non-stick cookie sheet, right? Okay, so all we're gonna do here, I always recommend that you go through and take your finger and run it along your salmon to make sure there's no bones. Now, if you live in the Pacific Northwest, we get awesome salmon at Costco, and they have amazing salmon butchery, and rarely do you have that bone, but you can get a pair of fish tweezers on Amazon and just pull those bones out before, so that, like my son Zach would always say, the salmon bit me, like if you got a little bone, so do not let the salmon bite your kids, okay? Okay, so now all we're gonna do is this was just ready to go. We're gonna mix up a little sauce in our mini round mold. It's on special. My friend Tina's gonna show you later. But we're also gonna use some of our apricot jam. So jams also come right from France, and we're gonna just measure it up. So we've got our jam. We're gonna use a third a cup of that. And actually I need another spatula. I'm in Teresa's kitchen, so she has multiples of everything. Love it. So third a cup of the apricot jam. It's so good, you guys. This jam, it's almost like a homemade jam. My mother-in-law used to make the most amazing jams, and it's what they remind me of. Our jams are delish. So that third of a cup is gonna go right into your mini round mold. To that, I'm going to add, I'm gonna cheat and look at my recipe so I don't steer you wrong. We're gonna use a tablespoon of coconut aminos. Now, if you are allergic to soy and you do not like to use soy sauce, or you just want an alternative, coconut aminos can be subbed for soy sauce. So I'm gonna use a tablespoon of that.
I think they taste better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, yeah. Okay, and to that, we're gonna add a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. Now, you'll see I'm on my roll pat. We're gonna share this later. It's for rolling out doughs, but it's also my kitchen workspace, and I can be as messy as I want, and I can just pick it up and wash it off. Or if I am rolling out doughs, I can, no flour. It's double dipped in the food grade silicone, means it's sticks to your counter, nothing sticks to it. But we're rolling a lemon, and that will release all the juices of your lemon. So I always recommend you roll it. And then if you're familiar with our products, you know we love our cake server knife. And it's so awesome. You can even cut your lemon with it. And then we're gonna juice with our citrus press. Always cut side down for the most juice. We're gonna juice it right into our little pinch bowl. So I can measure from there. And oh my gosh, look at all that juice that came out. We're gonna do a tablespoon of that right into my little mini round. Okay, next up, we have a teaspoon of our zesty Mediterranean herb blend. So that's where the spicy comes in. Once again, it's like that loose tea texture. And I said it was going to be a teaspoon. So I'm gonna grab that. It has a lovely zesty flavor. Then we're gonna do a couple cloves of garlic. We're using our mini herb chopper here. So Tina is gonna show you our bigger Eco Chop. This is like the baby Yoda. That's like the mama and this is the baby. Sometimes it's kind of tough when you have oil on your hands to get the lid off. So there you go. Stainless steel blades that can be sharpened if needed, although I've had mine forever and I've never needed to sharpen mine. But you can take it to whomever sharpens your knives and get the Eco Chop blades and the mini herb chopper blades sharpened. So to grind up your garlic, you just twist. Gosh, let's do it, of course. There we go. So you're gonna get a little mini arm workout, and the more you twist, the finer it gets. Or you can roll it along your counter, like so. And it really helps not to have oily hands. There we go. And then all of that yummy garlic, I'm gonna use that mini again, goes right in. Stir it up. And finally, a tablespoon of water to thin it out a little bit. And I've measured that here. Okay, let's just double check. We've got our apricot jam, coconut aminos, lemon juice, zesty Mediterranean herb blend, 2 cloves of garlic, a little bit of water, and a little salt and pepper, which I'll just grab from here. This is our Pep Rally pepper mill, 5 different flavors of peppercorns, your grinders at the top. You can adjust coarse or fine, just right on top there and right on in. Our family's favorite is Madagascar, and I think it's because my boys grew up watching that movie. Little salt, and we're good to go. Now my little sous chef is gonna go ahead and put this in the microwave. Let me whisk it just a little bit. We're gonna do a total of 2 minutes, but we're gonna check it after a minute. And what you're looking for is it to just coat the back of the spoon, because everybody's microwave is a little bit different. Check it after a minute. Okay, while she does that, I am gonna clear my deck. And we will just get ready to brush that salmon. And see how messy my roll pad is? I can just pick that up and wash it off. Easy peasy, we'll keep that for later. Okay. See, she just cleans up after me, I love it. Okay, so something that we learned in culinary school is you want your sauces to coat the back of the spoon. So if you ever hear that, what you're looking for is, and I'll show you this later, you kind of dip it in the sauce, you run your finger through like that, and you want the sauce to hold that line. So that's how you know when your sauce will, coat the back of the spoon. So we have our spoon all ready.
All right, awesome. It's coming.
And then we wait.
I had a customer recently who said her husband doesn't like salmon and she was nervous about cooking it because he doesn't like it. And she followed the recipe and it was huge hit. So
Exactly. Like we just don't want you guys to be afraid of doing salmon at your house. Okay. Oh my gosh.
smells so good.
Smells
in
so
there.
good. So let's see if it comes back in the spoon. Might be ready. So there you go.
Nice. I love that little tip.
See how it coats the back of your spoon? It really holds that line. So I'm gonna put it over here. Sorry, I have to do this.
So
Oh my gosh,
Me
it's so
too.
good, you guys.
okay.
So all I'm gonna do now, look how I can just pick, oh.
So good.
You get the apricot first, and then you get that hit of the
That's
zesty red,
yummy.
and you're just gonna pour it on.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna use all of it, I'm using about half of it, because we want some to put on our rice. You could absolutely do a double batch as well. So we're just gonna brush it beautifully.
In my house, we do double batch because my family likes to put it on the
Okay.
rice, on the broccoli, on everything. So the sauce is so good, you guys.
We're using our silicone pastry.
Yeah. So we're brushing with a silicone pastry brush, of course. You saw that I did not prep this pan at all, no spray grease, oil, parchment, or foil. And just,
This pastry
All
brush
in
is
one.
great, you guys. You throw it in the dishwasher.
okay,
So
I'm not gonna put
super
that in there
amazing.
because this is sticky.
perfect.
And into the oven it goes for 7 to 15 minutes. So you just want it to be, it bakes at 425, so a little higher temperature, you're gonna get that crisp on the outside and then that creaminess on the inside.
There's a question, is the
Yes.
coconut aminos lower in sodium than soy sauce?
You know?
I think it is a little bit.
Anybody?
Yes, it is. It is
So
a
what's the
ton
point?
lower.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is the point of?
120 milligrams.
Other than sodium?
It's healthier for you. It's gluten free.
The
Soy,
sauce
some
has
people,
wheat.
well, everybody has a different reaction to soy. And so some people can't do soy, so it's a good option for that.
Yeah.
And there's different thoughts in terms of if soy is good for you or not good for you. And so it's okay, I'll get it. So coconut aminos, we switch to that. And I like the way it doesn't blow me up like
Yeah.
soy sauce does.
Yeah, but it still has that umami that you'll get from your soy sauces. Great questions. Any other questions before I scoot away? No, okay. And
Awesome, we're gonna turn it
right
over
on
to
to
Lauren.
Lauren, Miss Lauren.
Hello, everyone. Well, welcome to Texas. I'm excited tonight because I get to show you how to make cornbread waffles. You heard me right. I'm using our waffle tray, which happens to be one of our specials. So you don't have to just use it for waffles. You can actually make some hash browns in there and some gingerbread waffles or even like a pumpkin spice. But today I'm making cornbread. And I'm going to show you the recipe. It is so easy. You can basically have yourself a beautiful, delicious treat in about 15 minutes. So it's kind of dangerous because this is like the third time I've done this. I did it once to practice and then another one to have ready for you. And then I'm doing this one. So lots and lots of cornbread in my house. Okay, so the first thing you want to use, we have our stainless steel mixing bowl, which I love because it has the handle, has a flat bottom. And I'm actually also using a roll pat as my workstation. It keeps me nice and neat and it's very easy to clean like Dana mentioned. This recipe calls for a cup of all-purpose flour, and Dana, who went to culinary school, gave me a fun tip when you're using flour. So a lot of times, you're so tempted to just take your measuring cup and put it right into your flour, pat it down, but I'll tell you what, you're gonna have way more than a cup by weight in your product. And so you won't get the consistency that you need each and every time. So if you don't have a home scale, which I don't have, I'm just going to grab my flour and just spoon it in there very, very lightly. Just spoon your flour in there. And once you fill it up to the top, I know I'm out of camera here. Once you fill it up to the top, you're just going to give it a little tap here and measure it out and just take your spoon and just push it aside. And there you got one very well portioned cup of all-purpose flour. To this, I am adding just a cup that I've already did my mise en place. I've already got everything kind of measured out for you. But this is just good old Quaker yellow cornmeal. So I'm just going to put that in there. Then I'm going to add in some sugar. This is 2/3 cup of regular white sugar. To this, I'm going to add 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I have it in our cute little pinch bowls that you saw Dana using also. I use these all the time. I love it. I feel like a chef. You know how they always have all the little things in pinch bowls for salt or pepper. I just feel very chefy. And doesn't take much to make me happy, right? So I have another pinch bowl full of some salt that I've already measured out. And I'm going to use our mini whisk, which I love because it's very easy to handle. Not like those big whisks that are like enormous and are too big to manage. This is our small mini whisk. And I'm just going to incorporate everything. I'm telling you, this is like super, super easy, super delicious. And you'll see what the great thing about our waffle tray is once I show you the finished product. Okay, everything's mixed nicely. To this, I'm going to add a cup of milk. I have 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. And I have 1 egg, 1 large egg. And I like to crack it separately because I'm notorious for getting shell and into my mixture. And I just did that here. But another tip that Dana shared with me is that if you find that you have shell when you crack your eggs, if you use your finger or a spoon, you're going to be there for days. You might as well tell your guests, go home, come back tomorrow. Go ahead and use the other side, the little piece of your shell, because for whatever reason, it tends to like attract itself. I don't know the mechanism behind it or the science, but it always works. And so I'm going to add my egg. And now I'm just going to use my mini whisk and whisk this up again. Again, super easy. This makes a great breakfast treat. It also, I'm telling you, this has saved me 2:30 when I need that extra little sweet thing or a cup of coffee with something sweet. This has been my go-to because I made these and I froze them And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so in the mood for some cornbread. And that has been my daily treat. Okay, so very easy. I mix this all together, not rocket science, very fast, very easy. Let me just clean up my space like Dana always says. You tell I learn and I model from the best. What I have here, let me put this here for now. Here are my delicious cornbread waffles. Now, this tray is great because it has 8 wells. Of course, I baked it on our medium perforated baking sheet because you know our products are made out of that silicone. So they use the perforated baking sheet not only for the air to hit and come up and cook your food evenly, but it also acts like a stabilization factor because you need that structure to hold it. But what I love about this is, you know, if you're the cook that gets, you know, in charge of making everyone breakfast or brunch or whatever it is you're making, everyone's sitting down at the table enjoying those 2 waffles that you just made. And then the next kid gets the 2 waffles, and then the next person gets 2 waffles. And by the time you've got your waffles, everybody's done and they're leaving the table. But what's great about this is there's 8 here. And so there's enough for everybody. And it is so easy to unmold. Just like Jana said before, there's no prepping this, there's no spraying, there's no grease, there's no oil. You literally are just going to flip it out. And wow, look at that. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. So I'm just going to take out a couple just so I can show you how I fill them up. Again, I'm just literally tipping it over. I'm just going to take out a few so that I can show you how I fill it up. All right, that's good. This is going to be so good. I'm so excited. Into a freezer bag you go, my friends, so I can enjoy you another time. But to fill it up, rule of thumb is usually you want to fill our molds and our trays 2/3 full, but this is a little bit higher than that. There is a little bit of rise, but it's okay. So I tend to use, this is a 1/2 cup, and I am just going to start with, I usually start with about a 1/4 cup, and I'll fill each well with a 1/4 cup. It has been taking about a 1/2 cup for each one, but usually I start with a 1/4 cup, and then I'll just go around and refill them again with another 1/4 cup. Obviously, I'm not going to fill all these up here, but I do want to show you what I like to do. Once these are full, all right, you get them all nice and full. If you wait a little bit, they are going to just kind of, the batter will make its way where it kind of needs to go. But you can also kind of tap it and it'll kind of settle in, or even just shake it a little bit. And as you can see, they're going to fill up the wells beautifully. You just pop it into the oven, 400 degrees. I found that in my oven, it takes a beautiful 13 minutes and it's perfect. And you can also, of course, take this recipe and put it in other molds, but you just want to check your time because it may take a little bit longer. But in the waffle tray, for my oven, it takes about 13 minutes, 400 degrees, and it is fantastic. And my favorite treat, I'm telling you, is a waffle and some of our apricot jam. I mean, heaven. So I hope you get a chance to make this. Seriously, no joke, 15 minutes and you have got a great breakfast or afternoon treat for your family. And I'm good.
Thanks, Lauren. That was awesome.
Oh my gosh, I haven't tried those yet. That looks so
So
good.
good.
Okay, the rice looks good. The salmon is smelling amazing. I'm in Teresa's kitchen too, and we've got some of our other team members here, so it's very exciting. Okay, well, and let me just remind, because we haven't said this for a while, if you have joined and you are not a consultant, be sure to put your name in the chat box and the consultant who invited you, because later we're going to have a raffle and everybody that puts their name in there will be entered into our raffle.
And your first and your last name.
Yes, first
So
and
that a
last.
couple people just put in first names and we might have more than one. So first and last name,
Yes,
please.
perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so I get to make dessert, and this is, we're going with our healthy theme. And this is a recipe that I developed a while back, and it's been a big hit with everybody who cooked it for, or not cooked it for, because it's no bake peanut butter bars. We're at Teresa's house, and she has a family member who has a nut allergy. So we're actually using sunflower butter. So you can use all different butters in this. You could use Nutella. You could use anything like that to make these, and whatever your preference is. So anyway, they're no bake, they're easy, and they're healthy. So first of all, they contain rolled oats. And since we're gonna not bake these, we want the oats to be really fine. I've already chopped some up, but you're just gonna be amazed because the jump off recipe that I used said, put these in your food processor. But guess what? We're gonna use our amazing, easy to clean up EcoChop that chops everything so beautifully. You can use it for so many things. We make hummus in it. We chop our onions, of course, and our celery and our peppers. But I can chop oats and turn them into fine dust that's gonna go in my bars. So I'll show you, you see those were whole rolled oats that I put in here. And it does, you need to chop them a bit. You want them nice and fine for your bars. So I'm gonna pull it several times. And if you pull it fast, it chops better. So you get a nice warm workout while you're pulling. Oh, it's looking really good already. Yeah, those are all chopped, so they're chopped. That's awesome. All right, so you can see they've just turned into kind of a dust here, and that's what you want to go into your bars. You can even see there's dust on the top of my EcoChop. I already chopped some for my recipe. And so what is in here is 1.5 cups, and you can use rolled or quick oats, either one. In this, it works perfectly. And then it's got 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I sneak in a little extra because I love cinnamon. It has a 1/4 teaspoon. The recipe calls for our celery. I've actually started using our lavender salt in almost all of my baking. So I put lavender salt in here. It has 1 3/4 cups of almond flour. These are gluten-free for people that are gluten-free. And then we're using 1 cup, and if you're doing the peanut butter bars, you want to get good peanut butter, smooth, organic peanut butter. I used organic sunflower butter for these tonight. And that's in here. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And this is sweetened with 1/4 cup of honey is all. So that peanut butter or the sunflower butter and the honey makes them just sweet enough. And then we are going to put some chocolate on top. So they're going to be amazing. Anyway, so I whisked all my dry ingredients together with our amazing little mini whisk. I'm going to tap that off. And I'm going to add those ingredients. And a little tip, you're going to see that this is going to come out of my measuring cup very easily. And the reason is I sneak a tiny bit of oil into my cup and coat it, pour it all out. And then all that gooey butter and honey and everything doesn't stick as much. And so it makes it a little bit easier. But you know how hard it is to get. And it also cleans up faster that way too, because you put a little coating on it. And I am also using, as Dana did, why did I say Denise? Dana did earlier, our set of 2 mini spatulas that we love and use constantly in the kitchen. Okay, so there is that. Let's stick this over here. Okay, there we go. All right, and so what we're gonna do with this, I found this, we do not sell these, but this is a cordless mixer. So it's really cool. You don't have to plug it in, and it's really works well when I'm doing my cooking classes virtually like this, or even when I'm not virtual, even when people are there in person. So I'm going to start out really slowly. So my dry ingredients fly all over the kitchen. And we're just going to mix this. And now the recipe calls for 3 to 4 tablespoons. Could you give me a couple tablespoons of water? This sunflower butter is a little thinner than peanut butter. So when I made a recipe earlier today, it didn't need quite as much water as the peanut butter, because peanut butter is a little thicker. So I'll just take, here, I've got it right here.
You have a tablespoon.
Yeah. Water. Sorry. I should have thought of the water
Sorry.
part.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, it's gonna, and you wanna make a nice thick batter here that's gonna press into our square mold. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna just pour part.
Okay.
And you kind of judge, I mean, it's, you want it to really start to stick. Not too fast. Slide all over. You want it to start sticking on your blades, your, what do you call those things? Beaters. Beaters.
Thank you. I
Beaters.
was having my turn too.
Those things.
What did she say?
Yeah. Okay. I think we can do that. Yeah, you want it to kind of start sticking on the beaters, and then you know that it's gonna hold together. Perfect. This is just what we want. I'll show you, so you know. See how it's stuck on the beaters like that? That's what you want. That means that when you mush it into your mold, it's gonna stick together. Okay, and I'll take my little spatula back that I stuck over there. Right there in the cup. Sorry. Yeah, that's all right. Still need that. Yeah, all right, so I'll just get it out of here. Take it off those beaters. And then we're using our amazing, so earlier Dana used the 13x9 that we really are calling these a game changer, because the 13x9 that she used to cook the salmon, and this square that I'm using, this is our 8x8 square. These are literally taking the place of your Pyrex glass or metal pans that you use. And like she said, no oil, flour, spray, nothing, parchment, you need nothing, because nothing sticks to it. So this is just the bare square mold. And I saw, we were watching a cooking class, was it last night? And they, you know how they put the parchment in here so they can get the brownies out? Don't have to do that. So amazing. All right, so this is all gonna go in here. And then, like my friend, who I love, one of my favorite chefs, Ina Garten, the Barefoot Contessa, says, best tool in the kitchen, clean hands. So you're just gonna press this in with your nice clean hands, which I just washed before I started. And then we, at Bon Cook, we sell two amazing offset spatulas. And people always say, what do you use those for? So many things. And this offset, the big offset spatula that we sell, is the perfect thing for when you're trying to press something flat into a mold like this. So here's our large one that I love and I use a lot. You know, obviously to spread batter in a cake pan, that type of thing. But I'm just pressing that down. Look how great that cooks. I mean, works.
Tina, we had a question.
Yes.
Yes, if, since you're using almond flour, somebody has a nut allergy. My son's allergic to all nuts except for almonds, so he can do almond flour. But if you're allergic to almonds, can you use all-purpose flour or coconut flour? Or like, what would you recommend?
Oh, that's such a good question. The almond flour is, I don't think you could use regular flour because it's no bake.
Right.
I mean, I don't,
like the coconut flour.
yeah, right, some other gluten-free flour that has more
Oh,
consistency.
what about a little oat flour?
Yeah,
Oat
oat
flour.
flour, coconut flour, I think one of those would work. That's a very good question. Yeah. I think coconut flour sort of has that consistency of the almond flour, doesn't it? So I think that would work. Okay, so that's pressed in, and you really want to press it in. And then this is gonna go in the refrigerator to firm up. So what we're gonna do, we have our mini small heart mold. This is on special, which you're gonna hear about later. And we have this in the microwave, and we're gonna, I love to add just a little bit of our amazing olive oil to this, just about a tablespoon. I'm just gonna pour it in. And
Your clothes are on top of my bed.
What?
Who is somebody who is unmuted?
Oh, unmuted, okay. All right, so I'm just mixing that olive oil, and what it gives it, you can't really taste it in the chocolate, but it just makes it a little richer and nice shine to it. And so I'm just mixing that in. And I'm not putting all of this. My recipe calls for only a half a cup, but I like more, so I usually use closer to a cup. This is probably about a cup and a half in here. And I'm saving some because I'm going to show you about dipping strawberries in a minute, because it's almost Valentine's Day and there's so many things you can do with melted chocolate. And we love melting it in our molds. So I'm going to leave some in here for that. And then I have our mini offset spatula, and that's going to spread this chocolate over the top. And I like to get it clear to the sides because the people that get the outside squares want their chocolate too. So be sure you get it all the way over the top to the edges. And then, like I said, this is going to go in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. And you can make this, the really nice thing about this is these keep in the refrigerator for a few days. And so you can make this a day ahead of your party or when your guests are coming, and then just cut them up before they're going to arrive. And we have a batch all finished that we can show you. They've been chilling all afternoon. There we go. Okay, so that's just beautiful, and I really want to lick that, but I won't. Okay, and so there you go. There it is, all ready to go into the refrigerator, and we'll just maybe put a little bit of plastic, and you want to get the whole mold out.
Oh,
yes. Yeah, and so we cut these into 16 squares, and I was watching, I don't know if you watch all the food programs like I do, the cooking shows, but The Kitchen is one that I like that's on the weekend. And Jeff Morrow made double fudge brownies for Super Bowl, and he made them in an 8x8 like this, and they were really thick and looked amazing, and he cut them into 9. So he took this big 8x8 and cut only 9, and so they were gigantic brownies. But these are I cut it into 4x4, so 16 size. But here's how they come out, and we used our amazing cake server knife, wherever I put that, to cut them. And so they come out really easily and perfectly. There we go. And so obviously you are with our silicone molds, you do not want to cut with sharp knives. So our cake server knife is the perfect thing, cuts them beautifully, and they just pop right out. And you can see there's no residual in there. And remember, we didn't grease it, oil it, parchment it, anything. All right, so that is that. And then let's move on to, can't wait to try these. I haven't made them with the sunflower butter before, but it smells so good.
Those look so good.
Yeah, I know.
Those look delicious. All right, so anyway, now our roll pat. So we've talked about using it for a space, to keep our space clean. We've talked, you've probably seen us if you've watched us before. If you're new to us, it's perfect for rolling out dough because our dough doesn't stick to it. But also, we're going to dip some strawberries, and then we're going to put them on here, and they're going to firm up, and they're going to come right off. It's not going to stick to it. It's going to be perfect. So, oh, and we're going to mix a little. I have some white chocolate here too. And maybe, Teresa, you can put a little bit of this in a piping bag for me.
So I conveniently have a brand new pastry bag here, so I thought we could show
Okay.
everybody. So now our tips are still out of stock, but at some point they'll come back in stock. But you can get a pastry bag and you can use your own tips. So I just want to show you it comes, so it's not cut, so you can fit any tips you might already have. So we're gonna put in here, this is actually a tip we don't sell anymore, which is a writing tip. So if you have a fine tip, but I put it in here, and then it just is kind of a guide to where to cut the bag. So don't be afraid of it. And then you just push that tip up further. So I actually have cut a few of these. So I did it on the first try, but if it's not enough, then you can just pull back, cut it again. And then of course the stand, and I'll let you take it from there.
Yes. And our stand is so, I mean, you know, a lot of times you try to fill it without a stand or you put it in a glass, but our stand is the perfect size for our pastry bags. And we just fold this down over like so. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of the white chocolate in because we'll use some for dipping also. Here, so we can drizzle and make them really pretty. There we go. All right, so we're gonna take, look at these gorgeous strawberries that,
So pretty, Terry. Thank you. Terry got those for us because we forgot them. So save the day. That's the best part about our team. We've got each other's back all the time, right?
Oops. I like to leave the leaves on when I do this because you can pick them out with the leaves. And so then we're just gonna rest it on there like that, and that's not gonna stick. It's just, we're gonna wait for it to firm up a little bit. Let's do another one. So much fun. And what is not to love? So I've got to tell you a little personal story here real fast while we're doing this. My niece, Stephanie, got married in my backyard. Gosh, 2010. So how many years? Oh my gosh. 13 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, long time ago. And she is, one of her favorite things in the world is chocolate covered strawberries. So a good friend of ours did them and she made them look like little tuxedos. It was just the coolest looking thing. But anyway, after everybody left, we're all standing around eating these, and she held it up and she says, "Whoever thought of chocolate covered strawberries? Genius." Genius. And we all just laughed. It was her favorite thing ever. Okay, and let's do a white one just for fun too. Oops, I'm getting chocolate on my hands.
That's okay. You can lick
Messy.
them later.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna lick them in front of you and then touch this stuff. All right. Okay, there we go. So there's a white one. But anyway, so then I'm just gonna take, let me rinse this chocolate off. I know. Messy. There we go. Okay, almost done. All right, then I just was gonna show you how fun it is to take your pastry bag with your white chocolate, and like she said, the little writing tip, so it's narrow. And then we're just going to, let's see if I can do this, if I put enough in there. We're just gonna drizzle across like, oh,
So pretty. Oh my gosh, awesome.
one more. Wow. Anyway, so cute. Anyway, so special, but so easy. Is that so easy? And the thing is, I will let those dry a little bit and then they'll come right off of our amazing roll pat because nothing sticks to it. All right, and I'm gonna turn it back over to Teresa. Let me get some of this stuff out of your way.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine,
Is
it's
that
fine.
fine?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep.
All right.
We're gonna talk about specials.
Yes, we have some amazing specials.
So exciting. So thank you everyone for being here tonight. And Dana's gonna help me with getting the screen set up, but she might need some help, Stephanie. So we're gonna share the screen so you can see the specials, because I've got them here, but you wanna see them bigger. So, but I wanna talk to you about these. So first of all, we always talk about, there's 3 ways to be a part of our bond community, and favorite way is to do what we do. And so, oh, there's our reward. So can we switch it to the bond business starter, please? Up at the top on the tabs in the middle. See up on the top? There we go. So we are a team and we help each other. And if we can minimize that sidebar, I love it. This is, I'm their little sous chef and now I'm making them do the things I normally do. So it's easy, it's okay. So you can see the sidebar. They've got too many windows open. It's okay, I'll keep talking. So our favorite way to be a part of our bond community and to get these amazing products in your kitchen is to join our team. And as you can see, we work as an awesome team together. And so we are so fortunate to have this amazing team, which really, Dana said it well, she's doing a training for our team tonight. And she says it's really about being a part of the best family. And we really are family. And we help each other and support each other. And this mega class we've been doing for a long time. I'm just gonna step over and help you.
Sorry.
That's okay, it'll be faster that way. So.
Oh, yeah, look at that little thing.
It's like magic, right? And so you learn something new every time. So I decided normally I have my laptop in front of me and I'm close up, but I thought just leave it like this. I've got all these extra hands and I love it because it's a great, they've learned something new. I've learned new things tonight from my amazing friends and team members. And so we're so fortunate and so lucky. So we invite you, if you're watching tonight, obviously somebody invited you here. And we are so glad that they did. And so we want to invite you. We've got an amazing $75 business kit this month with some really great products. And I can tell you, obviously, it's not just what comes in the $75 business kit that is amazing. It's what comes after you join. So not only are you going to have these products to get started, but you're going to have so many ways to earn everything else that you want that's on your wish list for free. Yes, for free, and half off. So if you're interested, reach out to the consultant that invited you and then we'll give you more information. We do have 5 different business kits and we can scroll through them really quick. We've got the $75 one if you guys want to scroll down. We've got also a $101 business kit. You can see adds on an extra fluted round mold. Then we've got a business kit that includes only the French pantry. Then we've got a business kit that includes the basic with French pantry. And then we've got a business kit that includes it all for like $301, which is amazing. But I always kind of encourage people, just go with the $75 kit, you guys, because you can earn everything else for free. And we, if you don't know this already, are the #1 team in the business. And so we have all the tools to train you, teach you, help you, support you along the way, like we said, for family, and we'll show you how to earn all those things for free. So I highly recommend that. Now, if you're not interested in jumping into the business, totally fine, because we've got another way for you to earn things free and half off, and that is with our Bond Reward. So if you guys want to click over to that, you will have to fix the screen there and minimize on the right. Yep, I know. I'm like, it's great because I've got Dana doing this and she doesn't have an Apple. She's not an Apple girl. So she's figuring it out. Good job, guys. I love it. Good job, Dana. Okay, well, I'm just going to give Dana credit, but there's a reason I called Stephanie over. I love our team. They're the best team ever. For those of you who don't know, we got an amazing team behind the scenes too. So if you're watching this from far away, we're so fortunate to be together tonight, and I love it. It just warms my heart. We've got a house full of people, and we are family, and so we're so grateful for that. But people that are joining us virtually, we love that too. We feel so close to all of you. So even if you're virtual, you can join this team and be well supported and connected. You will love it too. So February Bond Rewards, super excited, you guys. So first of all, we've got amazing rewards all the time. It's amazing. Great gifts at all levels, starting at $400, going to $1,200. $1,200, the majority of our hosts are going to be at the Bond Elite level, which is $1,200 in sales, and you're going to get 20% in free shopping. That means you start at $240 in free shopping. But even if you don't make it to that level, there's a lot of great rewards at the Bond Select level with free tools and half off items. And in the month of January, we did some double 50% off items, and they decided to carry those through to the month of February. So in the month of February, you can get double 50% off items all month long. Now, I gotta admit, you guys, it's really hard to understand this chart, and I'm just gonna explain it to you. So just because you did a party, just because you got your friends together, and your friends collectively purchased $400 in products, now you count as a qualified party and you start earning rewards. Just because you did that party, you're going to get 2 50% off items in the month of February. Okay. Now, when each of your friends decides to book their own future class, whether it's virtual or in person, you earn an additional 2 50% off items. So do a party, get your friends together. One of those people books a future class. You've got 4 50% off items. Okay. So now you can earn up to a total of 8 50% off items. I know, crazy, but we all want our flexi-pants, so you can get them 50% off or free. And reach out to the consultant that you're connected with, and she will help you get that party set, get you set up for a successful class, which is awesome. So now, you're not interested to host a class yet, that's okay. We love our customers. We appreciate all of our customers that are here tonight. Don't worry, we've got some free stuff to give away here in just a couple minutes. But before we do, I wanted to talk about our February specials, because all my friends, Lauren and Tina and Dana, they hinted to them as they were presenting, but I'm gonna lay them all out for you. So first of all, chocolate covered everything that Tina shared, so exciting. For $85, you guys can get this awesome square roll pot So great for these chocolate making. I use my roll pat for cooling cookies, muffins, you name it, anything that cools, I put out there. As a work surface, when my kids were little, it's hard to believe they're not so little anymore, but when they were little, this square roll pat, this exact one, 16 years ago, would go on their little table for toddler tables, and they would do all of their crafts on it because even the paint, the moon sand, the Play-Doh doesn't stick to it. So great craft mat. I know a lot of people that use them. If your husband has a toolbox or tool shed, mine doesn't, but if he does, they can use them to line their tools too because it doesn't slide around, which is really kind of cool. So roll pack, which is normally $66 for this guy. You get this and your choice of the mini round mold, or as Tina showed you, the small heart mold. Choice of one of those plus the roll pack for only $85. And then you can add on that mini whisk, which is an amazing tool. Everybody needs 2 or 3 of these in their kitchen. You can add that on for $5, you guys. So great deal on that chocolate covered everything. Okay, the next special is called Breakfast in Bed. I love this special. I'm so excited about waffles or donuts. I started to make a post today and then I got distracted with mom stuff and didn't post it. But I was out of town last weekend with my oldest son looking at colleges, and I left my 2 younger boys home with waffles and donuts because I said I was making waffles, healthier waffles. And then my middle son's like, what are donuts? Because he saw the special. So guess what I did? I put the waffle batter in the donut tray. And so I had donuts and waffles. I said, awesome, take your pick, donuts or waffles. Same healthy recipe, it was awesome. So it was really cool. So you can use either one, which is your favorite, I'd love to know. But you guys saw the waffle tray can be for so much more than just breakfast waffles. We've got a great recipe for hash brown waffles. Lauren shared the cornbread with you. There's so many great things you can do. I've done for my family, I've done brownies in them before, and like a brownie waffle, made ice cream sandwich, that's kind of fun. So
Favorite is baking.
bacon, I'm so glad you said that. So bacon on top of the waffle tray is great because the grease drips down in there. Also great, bacon wrapped dates. I love to do on the waffle tray. So we will find these, and then the donut tray is not just for donuts, you guys. We love it for bagels, healthy bagels. It's absolutely amazing. So in the breakfast in bed kit, as I go on and on, can you tell this is my favorite? These trays individually are $66. So for $65, you guys, you get your choice of either the waffle tray or the donut tray, and then you get your choice of the heat resistant spatula or the signature spatula. I don't know if they can see me, but they probably can. Or this is red, but we have black one. It's black now, but one of these, and your choice of the donut or the waffle. So that's what we're saying. And then don't forget to add on the large walnut. I love that, for $20, and it's normally $29. So great savings there, you guys. Okay, so now, then our food bundle this month is called Sugar and Spice. Do you love that, how that goes with the salmon? And these items are how you make the salmon, you guys. So Sugar and Spice bundle, only $35. Regular price for these 3 items would be $45. So you can get the strawberry dark balsamic, the apricot, the Provence apricot jam, the zesty Mediterranean herb blend, all for only $35. And when you get that, you can add on the pinch bowls for only $9. Huge savings, huge savings. So super exciting. Reach out to your consultants to get those specials, and they will help you make it super easy for you, send you the link, whatever. So then it's time for raffles. Are we ready? Do you have any questions before I move on to raffles? So you can take
Can you
the,
invert another waffle pan on top of the bottom waffle pan? That way it looks like a waffle.
no, I would not recommend that. You could, but it's just gonna pop up and it's not really, the trick with that, if you wanna pass that over to me, Tina, I can show this to them. So, Stephanie made some cornbread waffles, and what you can see is she didn't overfill it. So if you overfill it, you're gonna have that flat. It's not the exact waffle design, but you can see if you can leave the black little knobbies up in the batter, it's like only filled halfway, then when it comes out, then look at this, you guys, it is really like a true waffle.
Oh my gosh.
There's your little tip. Right, see? We all learn from each other. I love it. I'm so excited. Okay, so I've got all these names in. Dana, were there any names added after we did the wheel, or are we good to go?
They want to see the salmon.
Oh, pull it out. Let's go. So I'm gonna get the wheel ready and I'm gonna tell you what we're raffling. Dana's gonna show the salmon.
Okay, so here it
Gosh.
is. We pulled it a couple minutes
Gorgeous.
before the 15-minute point. You can see the little bit of white coming out. That's the albumin. So imagine like the white of an egg turns
Yeah.
white when it's cooked. That's
You're
how
so
you know it's
smart.
ready.
Seriously?
What would I do without my green? I learned so much
Anyhow,
from you.
enjoy.
That's
beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat it. So good. Okay, so we're super, I just started spinning on accident, but I wanted whoever, let's see, we're gonna give away a Flexi Flat
Okay.
over there in the bin.
How
Stephanie.
much do you put in the waffle mold so it's not overfilled?
Nancy! You won the Flexi Flat! So excited! This is awesome. So the reason we did this is because it goes with the brunch. So the brunch is your waffles or your sausage, and then the Flexi Flat, you can do your sausage or bacon in to go with that brunch, which is exciting. So this is yours, Nancy.
What's
Congratulations.
next?
Okay, next up is
So there
gonna
was
be.
a question about how much goes in the waffle tray. It's usually, Lauren said a
Just-
fourth to a half. I think about a third of a cup.
Third, yeah.
A third of a cup.
Right?
I think
Yeah.
Lauren's right. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, next up is the mini muffin tray. So excited. This is out of stock for a while and it's back in stock. So I'm spinning the wheel. We're gonna see who wins the mini muffin tray. Oh my gosh, it's so close. It's so close. Well, you win the mini muffin tray. So excited. We will get that to you. Okay, and then we are super excited. We don't have the roasted garlic, our garlic lovers bundle. So to go with the sugar and spice bundle, that is our food bundle for the month. We felt like the two items that you need to do this menu are the garlic oil and the roasted garlic and chive herb blend. So we're calling this our garlic lovers.
Garlic lovers bundle.
I have to stop talking so she can. Okay, so now we're gonna spin and see who wins the garlic lovers bundle.
That's hard to say.
Woo, this is slow down, which is not good for Dana or I. Okay, so somebody won again, and this is what I'm gonna do because Nancy, you just won that bundle. And Nancy is my customer. So Nancy, you're gonna get the garlic lovers bundle and the Flexi Flats, but we're gonna draw one more time. And we're going to let someone else win. So Nancy, it was your lucky night. And Nancy, Nancy doesn't live too far from me, so it's easy for me to drop it off, and you should go get a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, for real? Okay, all right, so.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Willem, I'm
William.
gonna get you, I'll get you this too.
William and Nancy, you guys need to go buy lottery tickets, because you both just won fair and square twice. So now the third, we've removed you guys,
There's
you can't win again.
names in there.
Isn't that funny? There
There
are a
are
ton of
10
names in here.
Yeah.
So here we go again. It's your guys' lucky night, so trust me, something good's coming your way. All right. So now our next winner is Virginia. Now I didn't see a last name in there, so make sure, I'll go back and look at the chat box and see who invited Virginia. But Virginia, you're getting the garlic lover set as well. So obviously, it's the month of love. We're spreading the love with extra gifts. Isn't that awesome? So we really appreciate you guys all being here. It's been such a delight. And if you had fun watching us and you want more of this energy, I really encourage you to reach out to your consultant and consider talking about joining our team, okay? Because we need more of you. But please see us here back next month. I'm pretty sure the first Monday is what we decided on.
I think
But I'm
so,
not
yeah.
looking at the calendar right now. We normally do the first Monday of the month. This was a little off because of some travels, but I'm pretty sure next month it'll be the first Monday of March. So stay
Steph is looking
tuned.
it up.
We'll
Yep.
the 6th of March. So
March
put it
6th.
on your calendar, reach out to your consultant. They'll remind you, they'll get you the recipes. And if you're watching tonight and you haven't been given the recipes yet, reach out to your amazing consultant and she will share them with you. So thanks everyone.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night. Bye-bye.
That was awesome.
Great job.